On one of Havana's busiest streets, the Almendrones, or private taxis that are crucial for supplementing Cuba's deficient transportation system, are becoming fewer by the day, making LAZARO RECIO's life miserable. He's been waiting for more than an hour, with no luck.
When there are problems with petrol, there are problems with transportation. It's a domino effect, and it's going to get worse.
Cuba's main ally, Venezuela, has reduced oil supplies by 20%, which means fuel is drying up on the black market and at petrol stations. Venezuela can also no longer afford to pay for Cuban medical services, a key source of cash. Add a record low sugar harvest and the lowest nickel prices in 2 decades, and you understand why in the first half of this year, economic growth shrank from 4 to 1%, prompting the government to warn Cubans to prepare for serious belt-tightening. The phantom of what became known as the Special Period, Cuba's acute economic crisis following the collapse of the Soviet Union, still haunts millions of Cubans. In the absence of fuel, cars disappeared from the streets. And in the absence of food, so did cats and dogs. People eating anything they could, from pets to banana peels. As she prepares a pot of beans, ELISA TOIRAC recalls she became as thin as a pole, while others became temporarily or permanently blind from vitamin deficiency.
Nobody wants to go back to that period, when we saw family members become invalids because of the after effects of suffering from neuropathy.
Economists agree that while serious, Cuba is in better shape to confront an economic crisis now than it was 25 years ago, especially since the recent establishment of ties with the United States. The Sheraton chain, for example, is now managing 2 Havana hotels.
You can definitely, for instance, in Cuba's case, accelerate significantly the process to attract foreign investment. It is a sensitive issue, but I don't see any other alternative.
But for an orthodox communist government, wary of foreign investment reducing the state's control of the economy, the challenge is to take the foot off the brakes fast enough to meet Cuba's pressing needs. Lucia, Newman, Jazeera, Havana.